He wants to keep it this time. And
Eric Slick wrestled down by number 79, Chris Brown.
To the original
It'll
line.
bring up a 4th and 11 at the 48.
It'll be a punting situation here. Brad Eaton goes back for a single coverage.
Number 2, Brad Eaton is deep to receive the punt. Eric Schlitt, number 33, will punt for
There's
Pentucket.
a snap. The kick. It's a low one, but Brad is able to catch it. Got on the run. Cuts back in, and he is pulled down from behind. Is that a face mask?
Brought down by number 60, Ivan Jenkins. 1st and 10, Ipswich.
Certainly looked like
At the 24-yard
the way
line.
he came down. But maybe it was a chin guard or a necklace, I don't know.
Quarterback for the Tigers is number 2, co-captain Brad Eaton.
And they hit the backfield. Fumble, ball is loose. And it looks like Pentucket might have had it, and then they
Cooper
lost
Waller
it.
was the ball
And
carrier.
I think the Tigers might have recovered. That's a big break.
Fumble was recovered by Ipswich.
Wow. He was hit in the backfield, and
Loss of 4.
the ball was
Second
on the
and
ground,
14.
and
At the
Pentucket had it.
21.
And maybe one of the Pentucket guys jarred it loose from the other, and fortunately one of the Tigers was there to fall on it. 2nd and 14. He's rolling right, throwing underneath.
Eaton's pass is completed to Kerry McGinley, number 86. He's brought down by number 86 of the Sachems, Greg Lund. 3rd and 6 at the 28.
Reverse doesn't go anywhere.
Number 24, Russell Green, was the ball carrier. Paul Bianchi on the stop. It'll be 4th and 7 for Ipswich.
So he's going to bring up a punting situation. And they almost get it blocked. A good kick. And they down it.
Dylan Durning's kick is touchdown. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Sachems at their own 39.
.32 in motion, and they give it to number 44.
Brad Bridges, number 44, brought down by number 24, Russell Green. There'll be an official's timeout for a measurement.
2nd down.
Second and less than a yard.
Straight ahead.
Justin Coppola for the 1st down. Tackled by number 24, Russell Green. 1st and 10, Sachems at the Tiger, 49.
So they're inside Ipswich territory. First and 10.
Brad Bridges again, tripped up by Number 23, Dave Vitale. Second and 3 at the 42.
Second and about 3.
Capola. Sean Rousseau is the first tackler to meet him. Third and 1.
You're saying 16 wide, right? And he is
Brad Bridges,
close to the first down.
led by a host of tacklers.
They might have to call for a measurement here. Be close there. He missed it by about a foot.
Fourth and a foot.
So right on the 39-yard line, I'm sure they're going to go for it. Cheerleaders getting injured over here. With the Jazz group. Back to the action.
Justin Capola for the first down. Wrapped up by number 51, Sean Russo. First and 10, Sachems.
So with about 2 minutes to go.
At the Tiger, 36.
Sachems on move. Coming to the side and hitting the backfield and drop for a loss.
Brad Bridges stopped by David Vitale for a loss. Second and 13 at the 40.
That's second and 14 with loss of 4. Straight ahead.
Brad Bridges stopped by Quico Lawler, number 10.
He's rolling. He's being chased. He's throwing deep in the end zone. Picked off.
Eric's good pass is intercepted by number 20, Jason
Like 45
Duran.
might have been able to get behind
He's
him.
brought down by number 45 of the Sachems, Peter DiGiuseppe. First and 10, Ipswich.
With the interception. Well, as the first quarter winds down, this will probably be the last play.
First and 10 Tigers at their own 6-yard line.
tripped up. And looks like that's going to be the end of the
Rico Lawler was the carrier. Tripped up by number 30, Paul Bianchi. Second and 8. That's the end of the first quarter.
No score.
There is no score.
Coaching staff come over and talk to the troops. And we'll just pause here and tell you that this is being brought to you by ACP Sports here. Pentucket Regional High School. Tigers on about their own 9-yard line. Trying to get some running room here. And
James Bardwell was the ball carrier. Stopped by number 71, Pat Vance.
back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
No gain in the play. 3rd and 8 at the 9.
Throws it away.
Brading's pass is intercepted by number 86, Greg Lund.
Sanctions with a huge
Pentucket, first and goal from the 9-yard line.
Now the Tigers got their backs against the wall here.
Paul Bianchi. Stopped by Russo.
Right inside the 5, 2nd and goal.
Gain of 4, 2nd and goal from the 5.
And you send one wide left. Straight ahead.
Bianchi. Brought down by number 79, Chris Brown. 3rd and goal from the 2.
Hanging tough in there. Five goes wide left. And off to 40, and he's met and stopped right there.
Adam Patton.
So the Tigers
Made first by number 10,
really,
Weepo Lawler.
So
Loss of 2, 4th and goal from the 4.
Trying to hit somebody in the end zone. 24 goes wide right. And he's rolling this side, being chased, throws in the end zone, and it's knocked down. Incomplete, so
Switch pass was intended for Lund.
did their job on defense.
Broken up by number 18, Matthew Carpenter. Ipswich, 1st and 10 at their own 4.
The bullet on that one. second quarter. Tigers on about the 3 or 4 yard line. And he got tripped up, gets out to about the 10 though.
Bardwell carry.
Bardwell on the carry.
Stopped by Bridges. Second and 5 from the 9.
Getting out close to the first.
Lawler, stopped by number 86.
And looks like they're going to
Greg Lunt.
check and see what it is. It's going to be third down by about a foot.
Third and a foot.
Well, let's see if they can pick up this first down here and keep the drive alive. Took a long time in that offense, in that huddle. And it looks like he's got the first down.
Brad Eaton. First down, Tigers at their own 15.
6 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Brad Eaton knocked out of bounds by number 12, Mike Lovett.
Maybe a pickup of...
Second and 6 at the 19.
Well, we got the quarterback there getting ready to warm up to go in. And they pitch it. No place to go.
Lawler stopped by Bianchi and Lund.
Pick up maybe a yard or two, and that's about it.
Third and 4 at the 21-yard line.
Big down right here. Boswell gets over. There's a flag on the play, and could be where they may call some holding. Let's see what they call. Holding.
Holding against Ipswich.
Well, that's unfortunate because that took away a first down, and now they'll have to replay the down, but they have it's going to be third and about 13.
Repeat, third down, third and 12 at the 13.
Eaton looking, throwing. Oh, just couldn't handle it. The ball was there, but in and out
Eaton's
of...
pass was broken up
maybe it was
by number
deflected.
23, Ron Reed. Fourth down. Dylan Durning, number 5, is deep to punt. Number 16, Pat O'Keefe, to return.
Good snap, rushes on. They get it away end over end, and he lets it go and gets a good bounce.
Pentucket will take over, 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Got some guy over here doing some haying today because it's a nice day. He got some of his hay stacked up in the livestock. And the sachems get their team going here. Straight ahead. He's got some running room.
Paul Bianchi, stopped by number 24, Russell Green. Second and 3 at the Tiger, 48.
Up the line of scrimmage, but then
Bianchi wrapped up by number 36, Lance Ricard. 3rd and 1.
Let's see what they do here. Motion to the side. Straight ahead, and they had him stopped.
Bianchi.
The first hit.
Stopped by Russo. First down, Sachems.
Was able to pick up the first down.
At the Ipswich, 45.
And he's hit. Back pick up of a half a yard.
Met first by Russo. No gain. 2nd and 10.
Straight ahead again.
Paul Bianchi. Stopped by Russo and Lawler. There are 2 minutes to play in the first half.
No score. How'd you like to do that all day?
I did.
He's rolling. He's going to keep it. Throws. Oh! Had another guy wide open.
Switch pass intended for Peter DiGiuseppe is incomplete. 4th down.
Tiger's going to force them to punt again. Yeah, that's a good workout.
We used to have to take it out there, we used to stack it up in a huge round, we used to chuck it up.
Yeah.
Eric Schlitt to punt to Brad Eaton.
Good punt, Brad. Going to grab it on about the 5. He might have been better off let that ball bounce.
Eaton is brought down by number 23, Ron Reed. 1st and 10, Ipswich at their own 6.
Going to carry into the end zone. Would have been much better off letting that ball bounce. So with 1:45, Tigers are going to take over on about the 5-yard line. Would have been better off they had the ball out there at the 20. Green trying to get around the corner.
Russell Green was the ball carrier. Met by number 52, Ian Hendrick.
It looks like Pentucket.
Timeout. Pentucket.
Stop the clock, see if they can get the ball back with some time on it. If they can hold the Tigers. So the Tigers are going to go over there and talk with the coaching staff. It'd be nice if they could be able to pick up the first down and keep this clock going. So this guy is warming up now. He's going over to the cooler, and he'll be ready for the second half. Matter of fact, he's going in right now. Nope. Okay, back to the action. Second down, about 7. That's the ball there. Green cuts to the outside, gets some running room. And he's driven out of bounds right there.
Russell Green knocked out of bounds by number 61, Anton Christensen.
Russell Green with a big run. Give something, the Tigers something to cheer about over here, and it'd be nice if they could put 6 on the board before the end of the half.
First and 10, Ipswich at the Pentucket 39.
Motion to this side, give the green again, and not much running room there though.
Russell Green.
And there's another timeout on the field.
Stopped by Christensen and Coppola.
This time it's taken by the Tigers.
Timeout, Ipswich.
So they got 1:14 remaining in the half. Coach Foster wants to have a few words with some of the guys on the line here. You see a couple more good running plays and maybe a couple pass plays, and then they could get in the end zone. Okay, the Tigers are ready now, and it'll be a 2nd and 8.
Second and 8 at the 37.
Green goes to the set position, hand off to no place to go.
Lala, stopped by number 86, Greg Lund.
It's third.
No gain on the play. Third down.
And the coach wants to talk this one over. I think you got to go with 2 passing plays right here. It's 1:06 remaining. So the cheerleaders over here are trying to spur on their defense. They're talking it over here. 1:06 remaining, no score. Little play action pass here to the sideline. Let's see if we can use the sideline and the clock. Eaton looking, throwing long in the end zone and overthrows him. A little bit of incidental
Eaton's
contact.
pass was intended for number
Too long on
87,
that pass play.
Tom
Maybe he would have been
Racine.
better off
Incomplete.
maybe going over to about the 20-yard line or something. "57 seconds remaining."
Fourth and 8 for the Tigers.
Eaton throws out in the flat to Green and no place to go.
Eaton's pass was complete to James Bodwell.
So the Sachems take over with about 50 seconds on the clock.
Stopped by number 12, Mike Lovett. First and 10, Pentucket. And their own
After a nice
39.
run by Green to get him out of poor field position, the Tigers kind of sputtered. Now nobody's over here got this guy real coming over now. And he's rolling to this side. Looks like he's going to keep it. And he's still on his feet. Putting back inside and it goes down.
Eric Schlitt on the keeper.
Inside the 45.
There's a flag on the play.
Flag.
Preliminary indication. Illegal push in the back against Pentucket.
So that'll bring it all the way back. Be 36 seconds remaining.
Replay first down. It'll be first and 9 at the 40.
And he's rolling right. Looking, he's throwing long. And overthrows him. Like two guys deep.
Schlitt's pass was intended for 1. Incomplete. Second down.
So with 6 seconds remaining on the clock, unofficial. "45 comes to this side. "40 goes in motion, handoff to breaks to the outside.
Dave Nazaro was the ball carrier.
With a quick opener.
Stopped by Green
That is the end
and
of the
Lawler.
half.
That's the end of the first half. No score.
No score. And we'll be back. This is ACP Sports. We got some fans coming in. Some local fans from the Ipswich side. So as the teams depart, we'll stay tuned here and maybe videotape a little bit of the girls' presentation.
sophomores are Jen Demarest, Tabitha Rathy, Erica Hoffman. The freshmen, Amanda Susi, Allison Workman, and Kristen Messino. Sorry. And the coach is Phyllis Minahan.
Ready? Go! Fight! Win! Here, go, go! Go! Go, fight! Fight! And go, win!
So we have the Tiger cheerleaders.
Put it all
We missed the beginning introduction.
Fight! Win! Again, go, go! Fight! Win! Go! Yeah! Loud now! Left! Down! Right! No more. Take it. Take it. Take it.
Well, something's wrong with the tape deck inside or the microphone.
The Ipswich Tiger cheerleading squad.
Over here's got this field almost all hayed now. So by the time halftime starts again, their work is done. The Tigers' work isn't done. They've got to get going and see if they can put a score on the board. Look around, the sun is out here at halftime, waiting for the teams to come on back out. Nice, turned out to be a nice day. No score though. 0-0. Looks like the band down here is ready for trick or treat tonight. They've been doing a nice job providing some music during the game. As we look across the Ipswich stands, got a few faithful following the team. Not as many as would be if they had a better record, but sometimes that's the way it goes. Officials are down here on the field now, and we're awaiting the team. So we'll pause right here. This is ACP Sports coming to you from Pentucket Regional High School. And as we look across the way, looks like the Sachems will be coming in. Sachems are getting into it down here. Tigers are just coming out of the clubhouse on the far side over there. So we'll be ready to go momentarily. Okay, the Tigers are finding their way back onto the field here. This is a riled up Pentucket group right here.
Prior to the start of the second half, we'd like to make an announcement that on November the 18th, the Pentucket football boosters will be meeting in the high school to plan the banquet.
Looks like the Tigers are going to
And at the
receive.
night before Thanksgiving, there will be a pasta party. And in the first change of possession, we will be announcing the winner of the 50-50 raffle. The first change of possession of the second half.
I didn't even get a chance to buy a ticket. Hey.
Kicking off for the Sachems will be number 23, Ron Reed. Deep, number 28, James Bodwell. And number 24, Russell Green.
And there's the whistle to start the second half. End over end down the middle.
It's Russell Green.
Right to the outside and
Wrapped up by number 52, Ian Hendrick.
he had some running room
First and 10, Ipswich
down the aisle here.
at their own
Could've gotten past that
35.
guy. So they bring it out to about the 35. It'll be first and 10. Caldwell loses the ball, but throws Woodford dead. The ball was whistled dead.
James Bodwell was the ball carrier. Stopped by Christensen and Vance. Gain of 1. Second and 9. Russell Green dropped for a loss by number 71, Pat Vance. Loss on the play, third and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Those Sages are making some good penetration to get him into the backfield. Just as he's handing the ball off. Fake. He's going to throw. He's got somebody open. Oh! Off of one, almost into the hands of
Eaton's
another.
pass was intended for Waller, incomplete. Fourth down.
I hate to think that somebody was in the wrong place, but that almost worked out to their advantage.
Durning will punt for Ipswich. O'Keefe is deep for Pentucket.
And they go for the block, but they go for a fair catch, and he...
Fair catch by O'Keefe. Pentucket takes over first and 10 at their own 39. The winning 50-50 raffle ticket today. Number is 0-1-2-5-6-7-9. That is 0-1-2-5-6-7-9.
First and 10. Handoff straight ahead.
Number 30, Paul Bianchi. Stopped by Lawler. Second and 3, Sachem's at their own 46.
Second and 3, pickup of 7 on that last one. Straight ahead again.
Paul Bianchi. Stopped by Lawler. First down, Sachem's at their own 49.
All right, the Sachems are moving. Hand off to 30. He's hitting the backfield, but then lunges forward for about.
Paul Bianchi. Stopped by number 76, Matthew LePage. Gain of 1. Second and 9.
Second and about 9. And he's hit right at the line there. They plugged
Bianchi racked up by number 79, Chris Brown. No gain. Third and 9.
Play comes in from the sideline. Let's see if they're going to put it up. Send 16 wide right. He's rolling this way. He's being chased. Oh, they had him. They let him go, and they throw downfield, and it's overthrown.
Switch pass was intended for Nazaro. Incomplete.
They should have had him nailed for a loss back here. Some of the fans down here weren't happy because they didn't throw the flag, but there wasn't that much contact. It was the ball wasn't catchable either. A little bit overthrown. So they're going to punt it.
Schlitt will punt to Eaton.
To go for the block, and Eaton calls for a fair catch and takes it right there.
Brad Eaton calls for a fair catch. Ipswich will take over first and 10 at their own 23.
So 5:56 remaining in the third, no score. Green trying to get to the outside.
Green stopped by Hendrick. Second and 6.
Second and 6, a pickup of 4 in the last one. Green in motion. Straight through the middle. Lawler still on his feet. He breaks it. He could go all the way. And he was darn near stopped.
Equal Lawler for the touchdown.
Kid just about tripped him up. Got him on the heel. But Lawler gets up after scoring a touchdown. Goes to the sideline. So just like that, Tigers get on the board. So what was a good defensive game here. One quick opener. There's a snap. Kick is up, and it is good. So the score.
Matthew Carpenter on the conversion kick. The score, Ipswich 7, Pentucket nothing.
7-0 with 5:09 remaining. So the Tigers struck first, but that's not to say that the Sachems can't come back here. They had a good running game going of themselves. So don't go anywhere. This game is not over by a long shot. Well, it looks like
Durning will kick off to either Patton or McElligott.
number 18, I thought that was Carpenter. There's the whistle. Good soccer style kick. Deep. Grabs it and it goes out of the end zone. So that's the best kick I've seen.
Kickoff goes through the end zone. Pentucket will take over.
Anyone
First and
do
10
so far this year.
at their own 20.
And there really wasn't that much wind. It hit down around about the 10, but then took a good roll. So the old sidewinder, Carpenter, bangs one. So the Tigers gonna play some defense here. Sachems take over on about the 20. .24 wide to the side. He's rolling to this side, and he wants to throw back, and whoa, that looked like interference on number 86.
Switch pass was intended for Lund, broken up by Workman.
Looked like
Now make that
offensive
Carpenter.
interference.
Second and 10.
Second and 10. He's rolling to his right. He's got somebody open and blocked. He's still on his feet.
Aaron switch pass. Complete to number 86, Greg Lund. Brought down by Botwell. First and goal, Sachems at the 2.
So it's 4:42. Remaining in the third, the Sachems are right on the 3-yard line and knocking on the Tigers' doorstep. We'll have to look at that one on the replay, see how he got behind that defender. Busted play, and it's on the ground for 1.
Eric Schlitt dropped for a loss by number 24, Russell Green.
The They drive them all the way back to about the 9.5-yard line.
Second and goal from the 9.
Coaches don't like to see that happen when you get that close to the goal line and now you're going the wrong way. Now the momentum has swung in favor of the Tigers, so they play some good defense here. You got to watch the pass out in the flat. .41 straight ahead, and
Number 41, Justin Coppola carry.
it gets maybe a yard or two, and that's
Met
about
by Lawler and Brown. Third and goal at the 7.
By third and goal. He's rolling out, he's looking, he's got somebody open, and incomplete.
Schlitt's pass was intended for Lund, broken up by Lawler. Fourth down.
2:45 remaining in the third. Sachem's are trailing 7-0. So they'll have to go for it, I would believe. It's either that or they're going to try to kick a field goal. I don't know. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Straight in the middle of the field. But they're going to go for it. Quarterback rolling this side. Got his head up. Oh no, he stopped. But he might have picked up the first down. That's the
Schlitt is knocked out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Ipswich takes over.
They started
First
on the
and 10
3-yard line. That's
at their
right.
own 1.
I was looking at the flag way over there, and that flag was sitting about right there. But the Tigers dodge another bullet here. So Sachem's had a real good opportunity to score and just could not get the ball in the end zone. Tiger defense came up strong again. Now the offense has to get the ball out of here. Brad Eaton rolling. He's got to get out of the end zone.
Brad Eaton
Not a very good...
taken down by number 41, Captain Justin Coppola.
Had a chance of getting sacked in the end zone for 2 points. Brings the ball out to about the 4.
Second down
We might be better off just
at
going
the 4.
ahead or off tackle. Lawler gets out to about the 10-yard line.
Brad Eaton stopped by Lund.
Third down and about 3.
Third and 3.
If they can't pick up the
At
first
the
down, they're going to
9.
have to punt. It'd be nice if they could pick up the first down and keep this drive alive. Don't need to do anything too fancy now. Just got to get some penetration straight ahead. Hand off to Lawler again, and no place to go.
Lawler met initially by number 71, Pat Vance. Fourth down.
So with a little bit of a breeze at their backs, Dylan Durning will punt it out. They're going to probably come with the rush to get it away. It's a good spiral, and
Pat O'Keefe calls for a fair catch at the 37-yard line. First and 10, Sachem's.
Sachem's got the ball. 35 seconds remaining in the third. Straight ahead, and maybe a
Paul Bianchi. Stopped by number 78, Greg Dorman. Pickup of 1. 2nd and 9.
Flanker comes to this side, and that looks like it's going to be the end of the
That's
third.
the end of the third quarter with the score. Ipswich 7, Pentucket nothing.
And we'll take a break right here. This is ACP Sports, coming to you from Pentucket Regional High School. As the band strikes it up. They pitch it to the side. It's fumble. Ball's on the ground, and looks like the Tigers got it. What's the delay here and the referee calling it? Yes, sir.
Fumble was recovered by Ipswich, number 78, Greg Dorman.
Going up sooner.
1st and 10 Tigers at their own 43.
So the Tigers pick up a big break. That's the danger of a pitch this late in the game. So if the Tigers can get a couple first downs and run some time off the clock, they may be able to march the ball in for another score. And they call a timeout, which was not what you
Timeout, Ipswich.
Somebody's missing. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. They got 11 guys out there. I don't know what the difficulty could have been. They didn't like the play. I think we're ready now. Let's hope that the Tigers don't need that timeout later in the game.
By Kelly. Stopped by Vance and Christensen.
The 2nd and 10.
No gain. 2nd and 10.
Trying to go to the outside, he's on his feet. Comes up to about the 50-yard
Kelly.
line.
Tripped up by number 12, Mike Lovett.
So Vitale in the game as a
3rd
running
and
back
3.
for the first time today. Going to bring up a 3rd and short. 3rd and about 2 or 3 yards.
Number 24, Russell Green, dropped for a loss by number 71, at Vance.
Somebody letting the man come in too soon. So the Tigers are going
4th and 4 at the Ipswich 48.
They're going to be punting into the wind now.
Number 5, Dylan Durning in punt formation. Seat for the Sachems is number 16, Pat O'Keefe.
He left kind of early, but no flags. And they're going to down the ball right here.
Pentucket at their own 27.
Handoff to 32, trying to get outside and taken down
Brendan
nicely
McElligott,
by Bodwell.
stopped by Russell Green.
And Bodwell as well. Russell Green was there.
No gain in the play. Second and 10.
7:30 and the clock is running. He's rolling to the side, throwing on the run, and
Switch pass was intended for Bianchi.
Carpenter got one
Broken
hand
up
on
by
it, but
Lawler.
interception here would have been huge. Stops the clock at 7:06.
Third and 10.
3rd and 10 now. The Sachems find themselves in a huge hole here. Looks like they may have to put the ball up again, but watch the draw play. 32 goes in motion. He's rolling. He's looking. He's throwing, and he's short. Or was it
Switch
complete?
pass was complete to Adam Patton.
No, it was incomplete. They're going to bring up a 4th down.
Quipo Lawler on the stop. Correction, that pass was ruled incomplete. 4th down.
So Brad Eaton, the single safety back here.
Eaton seems to receive Schlitt's punt.
You know, you're roughing the kicker here. The punt is short. You should get away. Don't even touch it. Wow, oh man, alive.
Brad Eaton downs the ball at his own 35-yard line. 1st and 10, Tigers.
And off the green, hitting the backfield.
Number 24, Russell Green, meets number 61, Anton Christensen. 2nd and 12.
Loss of 2. Need to get a 1st down here to keep the clock going. Eaton rolling to this side, looking, throwing. Oh man, he has 87 wide open over here. And 86
Eaton's pass was intended for McGinley. Incomplete. 3rd down.
Brings it to 3rd and 12. He's rolling. Wants to throw deep again. Oh, this time it was too far. And
Eaton's pass is broken up by number 23, Ron Reed.
looks like Carpenter knew that he wasn't going to get the ball. He wasn't going to let somebody else get it either.
4th and 12. Journey in punt formation.
So it looks like we're going to turn the ball back over to the Sachems. Oh, Almost a high snap and nearly blocked.
Pat O'Keefe tripped up by number 23, David Vitale. First and 10, Sachem's
5:46 remaining. Ball sitting on about the 40.
at their own 47.
47, thank you. These guys are ready for trick or treat tonight. "21 in motion." They give it, and he's hit. And how did he get loose?
Paul Bianchi,
He was hit in the backfield and then broke loose for about 5 yards.
stopped by number 78, Greg Dorman. Second and 5 at the Ipswich, 48.
5:30 remaining. Second and 5. They're going to do a better job of gang tackling now. Coming to this side, and he's hit and dropped for a loss.
Adam Patton,
And who's in on that tackle?
dropped for a loss.
Someone made some good penetration on that one.
Third and 8 for Pentucket
Okay, they've been pretty successful
at
in
midfield.
their passing plays. We got to make sure that we don't let them complete it. Need a good pass rush here. Clock is running, 4:40. "21 in motion, and he's hit in the backfield. Oh, how did he get loose? They had him. They had him
Slick.
nailed. Rousseau is right here,
Taken out of bounds.
wanting to know how do
Number
I miss that
19,
guy.
Andy
He had him
Workman.
wrapped up. Rousseau's played a good game today. Can't do it all by himself.
4th and 1.
Fourth and 1. Clock was stopped. He must have got out of bounds. I didn't think so. Fourth and 1. Quarterback comes this side. He keeps it. He's rolling. He's throwing. And intercepted.
This pass is intercepted by number
Bodwell.
28, James Bodwell of the
Bodwell comes
Tigers.
up with another big defensive play. It looked like this guy
First
could
and
have
10
tucked the ball
Ipswich
under his
at their
arm
own
and
22.
just rambled for the first down. He only had to get a yard. Big play for the Tigers. 4:15 remaining. Looks like a busted play. Where's Eaton going? He's going backwards.
Brad Eaton, Anton Christensen.
Lost about 6 or 7 yards. Should have just gone straight back up the middle on that busted play. Somebody went the wrong way.
Second and 17 for Ipswich at their own 15-yard line.
3:36. He's on his way. He's got one guy to beat. Then he gets thrown down at about the 20-yard line. So Cooper Waller
Cooper Waller
busts another
finally
big
brought down by
play.
number 23, Ron Reed.
great individual run.
First and 10, Ipswich at the station, 23.
3:20 remaining. Hit in the backfield and no place to go.
Bardwell carried. Met first by Hendrick. Roughed up by Lund. Loss of 2. Second and 12.
Under 3 minutes.
Green was the carrier.
No place to go there either.
Met in the backfield by Anton Christensen. Loss of 2. Third and 14.
Well, they got to be moving the ball forward and see if they can pick up the first down. Good defense by the Satrons. Let's see if they want to put it up in the air or just want to keep it on the ground. It gives it to Galower and
Stopped by Lund. Gain of 3. Fourth and 11.
that's the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning.
So the score 7-0 with 2 minutes to go in the game. Tigers had a good opportunity to put some more points on the board, and
Russell Green
tripped up.
tossed for a loss by number 74, Chris Contino. Pentucket takes over first and 10.
1:56 remaining.
At their own 28.
Clock should be running, but it's not. He's rolling back, he's looking, he's going to throw. Incomplete.
Switch pass was intended for Lund. Broken up by number 24, Russell Green.
And the Bluebirds are out. Looks like just good football to me. I don't know why the people want the interference call. He's rolling back again. He's looking, throwing. And just like that, the score 7-6. Huge extra point coming up here.
Eric Schlitt to Paul Bianchi, 78 yards.
Somebody should have had him tackled right out here, and there's a timeout.
Timeout, Pentucket.
So the score, they haven't even got up on the board yet. With 1:33 remaining, it's 7-6. Let's see if they're going to go for the 2 points or they're going to go for the kick. There should have been more pressure on that quarterback. I mean, he got him too much time to throw. And the coverage on this kid downfield should have been a little bit better, and somebody should have tackled him. They had a shot. Well, that all happened because they couldn't pick up a first down after Lawler ran down to the 20-yard line. Looks like they're going to go for two, I think. I don't see a... He's rolling right. He's going to keep it. And he's down. He's down on the ground. And I tell you, the Tigers are dodging a whole bunch of bullets in this game. So the score,
by Kerry McGinley,
76 with 133. And this is going to bring up an onside kick, so this game is not over yet. So the coaches are probably going to say, listen, here comes the onside kick, so let's get up there and make sure that we get the ball and just pounce on it. So a little bit of excitement here. Nice pass by the quarterback to whoever that guy was that caught the ball. Bianco, I think his name is. So these guys up on the 50-yard line have got to be ready for the onside kick. I know it's coming here.
Eric Schlitt, number 33, will be kicking off for the Sachems.
So let's see if they give it a quick onside kick, or are they going to spread out? All right, here it comes. The ball is down, and it's
Brad Bridges recovered that kickoff, but there is a flag on the play.
I don't think the ball went 10 yards before somebody touched it. I think they touched it before it went 10 yards.
Illegal procedure against Pentucket. That's a 5-yard penalty.
Ball didn't go. Ball didn't go 10 yards. Fans don't like it, but the ball's got to go 10 yards. They're going to do it all over again. 1:26 remaining. Okay, we're going to do this all over again. See, the defensive team cannot touch the ball before it goes 10 yards. If it is, it's illegal procedure. The team kicking off. The other team can touch it. And for
timeout, Pentucket.
So, Ipswich will have to regroup over here, and we'll have to see what's going to go on right here. They may decide they want to kick it to this side. See if they can, take them out a little bit. High school football, as the sun goes down, to give you a little bit of a shot of what the surrounding trees look like as a Tigers got to come up with this if they want to have a good trick-or-treat night tonight. Here's the whistle. And the kick, and they kick it deep. And Brad picks it up. And with 1:19 remaining.
Ball was run back by Eaton. Ken Bianchi, number 53, made the tackle.
So the ball is going to be spotted on about the 6-yard line.
First and 10, Ipswich at their own 6.
Okay, you need some good sure handoffs here. Just straight ahead, power football. 1:15 remaining. And there's a timeout on the field.
Russell Green was brought down by number 30, Paul Bianchi. Gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9 at the 7. Timeout, Sachems.
So Coach Welch is calling the group over, telling them what they want to do. So just make sure you don't fumble the ball. Just go straight ahead, keep the clock running. It'd be nice if they can pick up the first down. Second and 9. Ball looks like it's on about the 7-yard line. Hand off to Green, no place to go, and another timeout. 1:05 up on the board.
Lawler was the ball carrier, stopped by number 40, Adam Pack. Loss on the play. It'll be 3rd and 10 at the 6.
It's going to be 3rd and about 10 yards. 1:05 remaining. If they stop him here, they're going to force a punt and maybe get the ball back with about 45 seconds remaining. Ken Spellman wants to go over and talk with the officials, make sure they understand what's going on here. Sachem cheerleaders here trying to spur on their team. They're trailing by a point. Somebody's got to be making some good blocks out there. And Brad Eaton with the keeper, and he gets out of bounds. Why did he do that? Stop the clock.
Brad Eaton knocked out of bounds by Greg Lund.
Should have stayed inbounds. Would have kept the clock running. So with 1:03 on the clock,
4th and 7.
the Tigers are going to go back and punt.
Journey.
So he's got to get away to good punt, and they need some good coverage. Rush is on, and it's a good punt. And it goes out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. So with 57 seconds to go, this ball is going to be put up for grabs.
Ball rolls out of bounds at the Ipswich 38-yard line. Pentucket, 1st and 10.
Okay, let's see what kind of a rush they're going to get here. Defense has got to play good. Motion is rolling. He's looking. Wants a throw.
His pass was intended
It's
for one.
incomplete. Low.
It goes incomplete.
He might have been there. All right, the play comes in from the sideline. 50 seconds remaining. It's 2nd and 10. 45 comes to the side. And he's going to roll this way. He's looking. Somebody should hit him right there. That's it. Oh, man, he gets away. Still in his feet. Throws it. And it's intercepted. Wow.
This pass was intercepted by number 24, Russell Green.
Russell Green comes up, and there's a dejected number 33, but he did all he could do to get away.
Preliminary indication on the flag. Unnecessary roughness against Ipswich.
They called it against Ipswich on 2 flags. Personal foul, Pentucket. Personal foul, Ipswich. Nullifying penalties, first down. 35 seconds remaining.
The real penalty is offsetting personal fouls against both teams.
So with 35 seconds, the Tigers just got to hold on to the ball. Maybe take a knee. This is the time when you want to take the knee, because I think they only have one more timeout, and that's it. You can't stop it. But this Pentucket team came awfully close to putting this ball game away. And as the clock runs, there's a timeout. 26 seconds.
Timeout, Pentucket.
I don't think that quarterback is going to get a chance to go in and play today. He'll have to wait for another day. So there's a big silence that comes over the crowd here. 27 seconds. And the clock is going to run out, I believe. And the fans begin to clap. And that's the ball game.
That's the end of the game. The final score, Ipswich 7,
7-6.
Pentucket 6.
Who'd have thunk it? It's like a baseball score. Steve Hopping probably wondering himself. So as the team lines up and shakes hands, this is ACP Sports.
Happy Halloween.
ACP Sports signing off.
After the summer rain